economic theory assumed that managers are just another input into the production function. It was not taking into account as much that the CEO of a firm is a very individualistic input. But there is a big challenge because you also don't want to go into an analysis that just looks at anecdotes and thinks about how an individual person runs her or his individual firm, right? So we needed a way of saying something general about the impact that managers have. By looking at managers who switch through several jobs, we can identify the manager-specific effect. There are clearly big differences in how managers run their firms. There are lots of changes that happen within a firm exactly when a new manager with his or her specific style comes to the firm. How cost-efficient the firm is, how the firm thinks about acquisitions versus investing and building from within. That we found very clearly is in the control of the CEO. A second set of decisions is around financial structure of the firm, how levered the firm is, how it thinks about, debt versus equity decisions, stock buybacks and so on. We found that the CEO matters, but also the CFO matters. And then finally, we looked at decisions around, the performance itself. CEOs matter quite a bit for, kind of the return on equity of the firm. In this first paper, right, we were quite careful in not over-interpreting the results because, of course, you could say that certain type of managerial styles might match with firms that are either in trouble or, are doing very well. From that work per se, it was tougher to say that there was this kind of, correlation. I have some recent work with a former student of mine, for example, where we look at how the stock market responds to the hiring of CEOs that either were having their first job in a recession versus in a boom time. And you see that those managers have different styles and the stock market reacts very differently to them. So I think it's not too far of a stretch to think that, there is a correlation between styles and performance. Ultimately, I think it all shows that the personality of the CEO very much matters for the type of decisions she or he makes.